Good afternoon, Hollywood stars. It's Mrs. Woram. Since we finished our Toby's story, I thought that since I had an opportunity to get to the classroom, that we would finish Wonder, which we've been working so hard on. So we are currently on the title called Spring. And during this, we have read about the class picture. We learned how Julian was scared and having these nightmares. We heard about Mr. Tushman and the meeting that they had. We also learned about the Photoshop, how Julian's mom Photoshopped Augie out of the picture. We learned that he doesn't feel that what he's doing is wrong, which kind of broke our hearts. We heard about the party. We heard about who's on Team Julian. Then we heard about Dr. Jansen's office, where let's just say maybe his parents didn't know what was coming when they talked to him and they shared the information about the Post-it notes and the evidence that they had against Julian. Then we went on to the verdict, which leads us to where we currently are. And that is called Spring. So Mrs. Warren will pick up where we left off in March. I didn't tell anybody about the suspension. When Henry texted me a few days later asking why I wasn't in school, I told him I had strep throat. That's what we told everyone. It turns out 2-week suspension isn't so bad, by the way. I spent most of my time at home watching SpongeBob Returns and playing Knights of the Old Republic. I was still supposed to keep up on my schoolwork, though, so it's not like I totally got to goof off. Ms. Rubin dropped by the apartment one afternoon with all my locker stuff, my textbooks, my loose leaf book, and all my assignments I needed to make up. There was a lot. Everything went well with social studies and English, but I had so much trouble doing the math homework that Mom got me a math tutor. Despite all the time off, I was excited about going back, or at least I thought I was. The night before my first day back, I had one of my nightmares again. Only this time, it wasn't me who looked like Augie. It was everybody else. I should have taken that as a promotion. When I got back to school, as soon as I arrived, I could tell something was up. Something was different. The first thing I noticed is that no one was really excited about seeing me again. I mean, people said hello and asked how I was feeling, but no one was like, dude, we miss you. I would have thought Miles and Henry would be like that, but they weren't. In fact, at lunchtime, they didn't even sit at our usual table. They sat with Amos. So I had to take my tray and find a place to squeeze in at Amos' table, which was kind of humiliating. Then I overheard 3 of them talking about hanging out at the playground after school and shooting hoops, but no one asked me to come. The thing that was the weirdest of all, though, was that everyone was being really nice to Augie, like ridiculously nice. I was like, I'd entered a portal to a different dimension as an alternate universe in which Augie and I have changed places. Suddenly, he was the popular one, and I was the outsider. Right after the last period, I pulled Henry over to talk to him. Yo, dude, why is everybody being so nice to the freak all of a sudden? I asked. Uh, Henry looking around kind of nervously. Yeah, well, people don't really call him that anymore. And then he told me about the stuff that had gone down at the nature retreat. Basically, what happened was Augie and Jack got picked on by some seventh grade bullies from another school. Henry, Miles, and Amos had rescued them and got into a fight with the bullies, like a real punching, flying fight. And then they all escaped through a corn maze. It sounded really exciting as they were telling me. I got mad all over again that Mr. Tushman made me miss it. Oh man, I said excitedly. I wish I would have been there. Totally would have creamed those jerks. Wait, which jerks? The seventh graders? Really? He looked puzzled. Though Henry was always looked puzzled because I don't know, Julian. I kind of think that if you had been there, we might not have rescued them at all. You probably would have been cheering on for those seventh graders. I looked at him like he was an idiot. No, I wouldn't, I said. Seriously? He said, giving me a look. No, I said. Okay, he answered, shrugging. Yo, Henry, are you coming? Amos called out down the hall. Look, I gotta go. Wait, I said. Gotta go? Want to hang out tomorrow after school? Not sure, he answered, backing away. Text me tonight and we'll see. As I watched him jog away, I had this terrible feeling in the pit of my stomach. Did he really think I was that awful that I would have been rooting for some seventh graders while they beat Augie up? Is that what other people think? That I would have been that dirtwad? Look, I'm the first one to say I don't like Augie Pullman, but I would never want to see him get beat up or anything. I mean, come on. I'm not a psycho. I'm just really annoyed me. That's what people thought of me about it. I text Henry later on. Yo, BTW, by the way. I would never just stood by and let those creeps beat Augie and Jack up. But he never texted me back. It is truly amazing how people are finally starting to see the truth of Julian, and people are starting to see the real picture of deep down the inside values that our friend Augie holds. All right, friends, this is the conclusion of today. Tomorrow, I will read the chapter called Mr. Tushman. Have a fantastic, wonderful Thursday. Bye-bye.